The following is a presentation of TFNN. The Trader's Edge with Steve Rhodes. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648 or internationally at 727-873-7618. The Trader's Edge. Now, Steve Rhodes.
Good morning, folks. Welcome to the October 8th, the wonderful Wednesday edition of today's Trader's Edge Show. I'm your host, Stevie Perseverance Rhodes, who absolutely knows that each of us should always be pioneers of our future versus prisoners of our past. Hope everyone out there is having a great day, and let's make sure we have an extraordinary one. Now, the easiest way to do that, well, is to always remember that life is happening for us, not to us. That's right. When you and I make that one little 2x4 shift, it means we can find the gift in every set of circumstance that life is going to toss at us. Now, today, you and I, we're going to go check on the circumstance of these markets. We'll go figure out what those bulls and bears, what those buyers and sellers are communicating to you and I at just past 11 o'clock in the morning. I do want you to know that I'm absolutely grateful for your presence here. But even more important than that, and that's this. During this next 53 minutes, I'm here to serve you. So feel free to send me an email, send it off early, and send it to steve@tfnn.com. Inside that subject heading, please put radio show question. Of course, if you're inside our Tiger's Den, well, then any and every ping will do. So let's go ahead and get this show started on wonderful Wednesday. Of course, this is Tiger Financial News Network. I'm Steve Rhodes. Welcome to the show. Well, we are beginning our day with a rally across the board in all the U.S. indices. Dow is up 101 points, S&P 29, NASDAQ 167, Russell up 15, 73 for the transports, 116 for the semis, NASDAQ Composite up 160. Gold is trading up $62. Now, we had a nice full moon last night. We also had a full moon at perigee this morning at 8:41, I believe is the exact time out there. That is when the moon is closest to Earth during the lunar cycle. So if you were up at 8:41 or even before that, you saw that. We saw that nice full moon out there. Well, we can take a look at the perigee pivot points. We use apogee and perigee as a guide, at least short term, for signals, bullish or bearish signals out there. And typically full moon is an initiation for gold in one direction or the other. Well, you've got gold that's trading up $64. I'd say that direction is continued northerly direction out there. So let's do this here. I did mention, if you caught the 11 a.m. update, some new profiles that are attempting to form inside the equity future contract. So let's pull those up on our screen out here and see what we've got. The only thing we've got right now is the new ES Mini profile. You can see it's bearish in structure. What I mean by that, anyone seen Steve? I hope so. It's bearish in structure in that the center of that profile, which is at 67.58, says 67.57.90. Well, ES Mini doesn't trade that level. It's in quarters. So 67.58 is really the number. And if price were to close below that, that would increase the odds and move back to support 66.83. Resistance is 68.0275. If price closes above that, it'll negate the Rhodes Momentum Indicator top that formed yesterday for the ES Mini. If we take a look at the NQ still retains its Rhodes Momentum Indicator top. However, that would be negated today with a close above the high from October 3rd, 25,196.50. If we do that, then we do not have a top on the NQ. We also right now in the NQ have got price trading above profile resistance. It was trying to form a new profile earlier. That has vanished out there. So it's trading above profile resistance and its green oscillator and change line. Those are just simply bullish conditions. If we take out that Rhodes Momentum Indicator top out there, it'll be even more bullish. Now, the caution sign here inside of the NQ, and I'm sharing this data with you simply so that you have it for tomorrow. I will not be with you tomorrow or on Friday. Be back on Monday. Going to go celebrate my grandson's birthday up in Atlanta. which is nice. That's assuming I don't have to drive out here with all the stuff that's going on. In any event, with regard to the NQ, the thing to watch for is that we poke above first today's close. Today's close must be above the close of bar number 4. That's October 2nd's close. That was at 25,110. If we get that, we will at least get bar number 8. Now, in a TD9 count topping pattern, it's bars 8, 9, or the bar following 9 that has to be the high of that pattern. Right now, it is bar number 7. So we have to tick above yesterday's high. It doesn't have to be today. It could be tomorrow. It could be the following day. It could be Friday out there. The high that we're looking at from yesterday is 25,275. So we've got to just tick above that to trigger a bar number 8 or a bar number 9. Now, bar number 9 will need to close above the close of bar number 5. So that's a Friday candle out there. And that close is at 24,992 out there. So seems like those are likely outcomes. Whether or not the NQ is going to tick above yesterday's high or not, that's the only wild card that is out there. With regard to the Dow Equity Future contract, it does have a new profile that formed yesterday. So this one is likely to is certainly going to take hold out there. I don't know why it didn't show up on one of my other screens out there, but 46, let me make sure I get this right. 46,996 is your resistance level. Support is down at 46,343. The center is at 46,670. Now, what the Dow Equity Future contract needs is a bearish reversal candle to confirm a Rhodes momentum indicator top. I'm not saying that this can't go on to form some type of TD9 count top, but the easier pattern for it to form from a topping signal standpoint would be some type of bearish reversal candle. We have that inside of the Russell 2000. The Russell 2000 formed a bearish engulfing candle yesterday, so its resistance level is going to be the high from 2 days ago. That was October the 6th. That high is 25,1850. If price is able to close above that, it will negate the Rhodes momentum indicator top. So we've got a top in the Russell 2000 daily time frame, that is, Russell, the NQ, and the ES Mini. But watch those profile levels out there. Most certainly, you know, if in the case of the Russell 2000, profile support would be down at 2447. Out there. So that's what's going on with regard to the daily equity future contracts. Let's go take a look at in this rally here. Let's go see what's going on with regard to the spot VIX and the New York Stock Exchange advanced decline oscillator. That's going to be on the panel on your left. That is still below zero. You can see the read is minus 27 and change out there. When that is below zero, it is suggested that sellers are the ones that have a bit of an edge out there. We have been below this zero threshold level ever since September 19th. It doesn't look to me like the sellers have really exerted their effort out there. Now, part of that time period, we had the spot VIX index below the 50-day exponential moving average. But as of late, when I say as of late, I'm referring back to September 30th, we have been above the 50-day exponential moving average. 1624 is the current print. The price begins trading below 1624. That should put some additional oomph inside of the S&P 500. If you combine that with an advanced decline oscillator, should that close back above the zero threshold level, both those conditions would be set for bullish conditions. Right now, they're set for bearish conditions. When I say bearish conditions, not like a bear market, just directionally speaking out there. But that's not what we're seeing. That is not what we're seeing. So we'll pay attention to price. We'll pay attention to patterns on its time frame, different time frame charts out there. Speaking of different time frame charts, we come back from this breakout here, and I'll just put the apogee and perigee, really the perigee pivot points up on my screen out there. Just grab these lines, pay attention to them. Those are the levels that you're going to want to be watching at least short-term basis out there. And I've got them for all 4 equity future contracts, the gold and silver, light sweet crude, and natural gas. You'll see them all in those blue digits out there. So take a snapshot of this. Basically, you trade below it is short-term bearish. You trade above it is short-term bullish. Steve Rhodes with TFNN. We'll be right back.
If you're looking for potential trading setups in the stock market, then Rocket Equities and Options Report is a newsletter you should try. Tommy O'Brien delivers options and equity trades when the markets present them using a combination of fundamentals and technicals. Sign up for Rocket Equities and Options Report today with a 30-day money-back guarantee so you have nothing to risk. For all the details and to start your subscription today, visit the front page of TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
Many trading newsletters attempt to focus on a narrow set of equities or commodities. While this works for some, it oftentimes misses many opportunities that possess huge gain potential. But how is an independent trader supposed to scan the entire market looking for these hidden opportunities? One simple answer: the opening call newsletter. Basil Chapman, developer of the Chapman Wave trading methodology, has been trading the markets for longer than most trading influencers have been alive. And over that time, he has honed his methodology in order to accurately call movements in a wide range of equities, from semiconductors to uranium to key indices and so much more. Basil is old school, taking the time to educate the trader while also giving his insights into key indices, selective stocks, and more. Opening call subscribers also receive access to dozens of educational live streams that can be accessed at any time for your edification. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So ignore the pop trading influencers and start learning time-tested technical analysis.
Steve Rhodes started his trading career as a student almost 20 years ago, and the student has now become the master. Steve won the prestigious Timer of the Year award in 2018 and barely missed that mark again in 2019, finishing at number 2 for the year. An amazing accomplishment. Steve Rhodes is committed to sharing his techniques and knowledge with anyone who wants to learn, and he shares his vast amount of trading knowledge every day in his Mastering Probability newsletter. Steve's award-winning newsletter, Mastering Probability, is delivered every trading day with updates throughout the afternoon. Sign up for Steve's market newsletter, Mastering Probability, and you'll receive access to 7 of Steve's educational webinars absolutely free. At TFNN, all our newsletters come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have absolutely nothing to worry about. Visit TFNN.com and try Mastering Probability 30 days risk-free today. TFNN, educating investors.
TFNN has launched the Tiger's Den. Hosted at Discord, TFNN has been educating traders for more than 20 years with live programming hosted by a variety of professional traders during market hours. The Tiger's Den, available to all tigers and tigresses for just $1 for the year. There's no catch or added costs when you join our community of traders. Sign up today and become a part of this educational community of traders. Just visit the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. We're just going to wait for this set of charts here to populate for us. It's for a request for Rig. But before we take a look at that, what we're going to do is we're going to go take a look at Verizon. This is for Tom G, who wrote in earlier. He's looking for a quick long position out there. So, and he's looking really at the intraday chart. So, and momentarily we'll get over to those charts. Those are the intraday charts for an instrument. Such as, day trading, multi-time frames, is that it? No, it's right here. Okay, so now we should get the daily, weekly, monthly, as well as the intraday charts for Verizon out there. So just to give you some color in this instrument here, we'll take a look at the monthly chart first. We'll start long-term picture. Monthly chart, we just have a consolidation with inside its daily profile. It has a buy zone between $39.37 and $40.70 out there. Looks like that's what price is headed to. The reason why I say that, if we're trading below its red oscillator and change line. So that's bigger picture. Weekly time frame, prices trading below profile support. That's at 41.61. If we close below that, that suggests that we trade lower. We're trading into a swing point from back on July 18th, 88 million shares that week. So far this week, in basically 3 days and 2 hours, we're at 123 million. You're pushing into a swing point with volume. That says it at least goes to tackle that low. The low of that swing point here, Tom, is 40.69. The daily time frame has got an A to B equals CD pattern to the downside. It had a TD9 count top. So let's put in the A to B line out there. And then we take the next highest high that forms after that B point. That would have been about right there. And so you can see we're at least at the 1-to-1. We're beyond the 1-to-1 level. So you'd be watching for a bullish reversal candle on a daily time frame to generate a Gartley buy pattern. Now, 195-minute chart, folks. We use 195-minute chart because there are two 195-minute bars in a day. This has got no bottoming signal. We're trading below profile support and its oscillator and change line. No bottom signal there. Nothing on the 130-minute time frame chart. 330-minute bars in a day. We like to have equally timed bars. That's why we use a 65-minute chart for Verizon, not a 60-minute chart out there. So Verizon, for its 65-minute time frame, needs a bullish reversal candle to confirm a bottom. We have a TD9 count and Rhodes momentum indicator bottom for the 30-minute time frame. That formed at the TD9 count formed at 10:30. The Rhodes momentum indicator bottom formed at 11 o'clock. Now, this will get negated. Both signals, quite frankly, would be negated with a close below 41.06. So the 15-minute time frame chart out there, that also has a Rhodes momentum indicator bottom pattern, but price has not really been able to rally too much out there. We're trading right now just below profile support. So do I see a setup for a short-term trade on Verizon that looks good? My answer to that question is no. That doesn't mean that there's not one there. Meaning, if you look at that 30-minute time frame chart, you could go ahead and take it, Tom. But if price closes below the low of the day out there, I'd suggest that you jettison that position. As far as where this could rally to, 41.39, 41.54. But I believe you're taking a look at how is this going to respond to earnings out here. And right now, everything is pointed southerly. So that's what I see when I take a Verizon. So I hope that helped you out with regard to your decision. Best of luck to you as you make that trade, or should you take that trade. Duncan, inside our Tigers Den, Steve wants to take a look at ticker symbol EGAN. So let's go ahead and pull that up on our screen out here. Having a stellar day, a stellar week, and a stellar month. On a monthly basis, we are trading above its TD9 count breakdown resistance level, 1035. That's a bullish signal. We don't have any kind of bearish patterns out here. This is going to be potentially 3 months in a row to the upside. I'd be careful after we get to 4 months in a row to the upside, such as we did back in January of 2023 out there. Then we could be looking at a move lower. The weekly time frame chart out here, beautiful week that this is having. Bar number 7, no TD9 count patterns. There is an A to B equals CD. No reason for me to draw that in there. Just because we're in quite an extended zone out here, just looking to see swing points. What are we trading into? We're trading into a swing point on a weekly basis from back on February 11th of 2022. 1.8 million shares that week. This week, we're at 2.9 million shares. Price is going after that high, Steve-O. That high is, again, from that week of February, was it February 11th? The high out there is 1370. So this is going to go target the 1370 area. The daily time frame has got a peak G signal, which could be confirmed today. So if we do not make a higher high today, the daily will give you a wave number 7 peak G signal out there. The high of yesterday, by the way, was 1320. So we have to tick above that to extend that pattern. That could be suggesting a retracement back towards 1068 out there. But intermediate term, long term, things look good. Quite frankly, the daily, they look good. No idea whether this wave number 7 signal really take hold or not out there. So that's what we see with regard to EGAN, Duncan. Let's go take a POET out here. POET is a ticker symbol. That's the second request out here. And that is right now trading out at, well, I don't know. But we're going to find out. It's trading out at $8.10. It's certainly off of its highs. Monthly time frame, you'd love to see this thing close above its TD9 count high, which is trading above right now. The monthly had a TD9 count back in December of 2024. The high there is 779. We're trading at 810. You'd love to see price close above that. From a volume standpoint, that swing point on a monthly base had volume of 71 million shares. It's early in the month, and we are at 52 million shares. So you've got the volume to actually trigger an A to B equals CD pattern to the upside. You just have to negate that TD9 count topping pattern out there. And then if you are able to do that, let me just give you a approximate price point. $10.12 would be the A to B equals CD pattern for POET for its monthly time frame. On a weekly time frame, prices are simply trading above prior swing point resistance. We're looking at the swing point from back on December 27th. Volume there, 22 million shares. So far for the week, we're up at 79 million shares. So that's a beautiful thing. We take that out. And the daily time frame for POET, I've got no topping pattern whatsoever. We're in bar number 5. There is an A to B equals CD pattern. If there were to be a bearish reversal candle, that would confirm a sell the D point top. Short of that, price is likely to rally. So the daily, the weekly, and the monthly for POET suggest a further rally out there. So hope that helps you out. ELO says there's some big call buying inside of this equity. Sharky wants to take a look at Jabba the Hutt. HUT is the ticker symbol. Actually, I don't know what HUT is. I know it spells Hut. And if we take a look at it, what's it doing for its daily time frame? It's beautiful. Trading above profile resistance, its green oscillator and change line. It's in bullish conditions. Bar number 6 of a TD9 count series out there. Needs a bearish reversal candle to confirm a Rhodes momentum indicator top. Short of that, price should rally. We are in bar number 9 of a TD9 count out there. That says that on a weekly basis, you should see an intermediate term top to this Friday or next Friday. Remember, the high of this pattern can take place on the bar following bar number 9. All I see out here for most weeks, taking us back to the time period of August the 8th out there, is only higher lows out there. Only higher lows. Sharky, we take a look at the monthly time frame. Last month you negated a TD9 count topping pattern out here. This suggests that longer term, that Hut wants to go target 65.60 out there. So what do? You watch that daily time frame to see if you get any type of bearish reversal candle, because that will then potentially impact the weekly TD9 count pattern out there. You want to watch support on a retracement. The first level of support for Hut on its daily time frame is 40.77. Below that, and the key level to really be watching is 37.53. Counter trend move to the downside would find support between 37.53 and 38.50. Steve Rhodes with TFNN. We'll be right back.
Building wealth trading in the stock market seems impossible to most people. They think it's too volatile and risky. Most people aren't going to take the time to educate themselves on how to do it right. But you're not most people, are you? At TFNN, you'll get the guidance you need to refine your strategies and techniques to invest like a pro. Because you'll be a pro. All TFNN subscriptions, books, software, and courses are available at TFNN.com. And I'm even going to tell you how to get them for less. Use TFNN's Tiger Dollars and you'll get up to a 20% bonus on your purchase. And once you apply them to your account, Tiger Dollars are automatically used for all future or recurring charges. Tiger Dollars also never expire, are fully transferable, and are a great way to add savings to your newsletters or services. Become the investor you were born to be at TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento, a pro's pro with over 50 years of experience. Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
Sharpening your skills as an investor is like getting better at playing a musical instrument. You have to practice, sure, but you also need excellent instruction from experts. At TFNN, you'll get advice and guidance from the authority in technical market analysis. And it's not just dry, tedious text either. TFNN airs live financial content streamed live on TFNN.com and TFNN's YouTube channel with Tiger TV, live every market day from 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern. For free. Each host is an experienced trader and gives their take on the market while taking calls and questions live from around the world. From the moment the market opens until the closing bell sounds, Tiger TV has 8 different shows with expert hosts to help you make the right moves with your money. Watch online at TFNN.com or on TFNN's YouTube channel and become the investor you were born to be. TFNN, educating investors.
This portion of the Trader's Edge is brought to you by Direxion's daily leveraged and inverse ETFs. Whether you're a bull or a bear, you choose the direction. Visit direction.com. Investing in the funds involves significant risk and should only be utilized by investors who understand the impact of leverage and actively monitor their portfolio. They are not designed to track the underlying index or security for more than a day. Before investing, carefully consider a fund's investment objective, risk, charges, and expenses contained in the prospectus available at direction.com. Read carefully. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Welcome back, folks. We're taking a look at PAAS. This is for Sharky inside the Tiger's Den, who's in a long position here and is asking, where is it that one would place a stop on this? So the first question that I'm going to answer a question with a question, at least at first. And I don't know what your long-term or your outlook for Pan American Silver was when you entered the trade here. Let me just share with you what's going on, at least right now, pattern-wise, to assist you with your decision. Now, if we take a look at the long-term time frame chart out here, we'll see that last month, the month of September, I completed a TD9 count top. Now, we are trading above that high. That high is 39.60. We're at 40.40. We're negating that signal, at least at this moment in time. We've got a ways. We got a few weeks before this month is over. But right now, that is about as bullish a signal as you can get, longer term. First thing. Second thing. Okay, maybe it's going to pull back, and maybe that TD9 count top on a monthly basis is going to hold. I don't know the answer to that question. The reason why that might take place, though, is because on a weekly basis, you have a TD9 count top that is completing this week. Now, you're asking where should you place a stop? First, if you take a look at this monthly chart out there, and I kind of been suggested it earlier, we're looking at something else. We haven't seen price for the most part here trade below. Well, we haven't seen it close below a prior week's low for quite some time out there. In fact, last time we saw that was back here on August the 1st. So several months before we saw that. So one area to consider would be a close below last week's low out there. That price point, something to consider, would be at 37.55. But look at how price continues to remain above that green oscillating change line, currently printed at 36.72. In fact, that would be the price target to the downside for this TD9 count top. Now, it doesn't mean that it will stop there, but it likely does. It most certainly could mean that out there. The daily time frame, what do we have out here with regard to patterns? The only pattern that I see at this moment in time is really, there's really two patterns. The one that's confirmed is the TD9 count top. Now, that would be negated with a close above the high from October 1st, that high being 40.34. We're trading at 40.48 right now. So you could negate that TD9 count top as we speak right now, and then you wouldn't. Now, the only other potential top that you would have there would be wave number 7. That's letter G. That needs a lower high. So if you're itchy out there, what I mean by itchy, I mean if you got an itch. No, what I mean by that is if you're really concerned, then one of the things that you can do, and I don't have this on my chart right now, and I don't want to put it on my chart now because it'll take up some time, and I've got too many requests, but you can do this on your chart. Figure out the average movement, the 10-day. I like to use the 10-day average true range out there. You take that, you multiply that times 1.618, a Fibonacci number, and you place that value. That would be your stop size, and you just simply place that below today's close as an example. The typical meaning there is that if we get that type of volatility inside of gold, it could be signaling something could be wrong, not that it would be wrong. Now, so I'm going to go from here, Pan American Silver, because I don't want this instrument here necessarily to impact somebody that might be in, let's say, the GDX or those instruments out there. To answer that question specifically and kind of go along the lines of this, we'd want to look at the XAU. So I take a look at the monthly chart for the XAU. Where are we? We are in only bar number 8 of a TD9 count. More likely than not, this has got further to go. Now, its weekly time frame, much like we just looked at Pan American Silver, is going to complete a TD9 count top this week. Look at it. Look how far back you've got to go. You've got to go back basically that same period of time. You've got to go back to August 1st. to see price close below a prior week's low out there. So again, one possible area for a stop would be a close below a weekly low, could be a stop. If you look at the daily time frame for the XAU, 2 days ago, it negated its TD9 count topping signal out there. It needs a new bearish reversal, and it actually formed a Rhodes Momentum Indicator top yesterday, and they closed today above 308.78. We're at 308.98 right now, would negate that signal out there. So that's what's going on with regard to the XAU out there. So I hope that helps answer your question. There was another question that came in. I'm going to try to keep with the same pace out here. It actually just came in from InnoVisual, and his question is silver near a high? Now the question is for Stevie, where did I put that chart? I don't think this is it, but no, it's not it. Shoot. I was going to try to do that. Let me see. I'd sure like to do it. Give me 1 second here. Did I put it up there? No. I'll try one more thing, then I'll just have to do it manually. There we go. So now I want to take a look at silver. I just want to stay in line with the theme out here. We take a look at silver, Pan American Silver. What's silver doing? Silver's in bar number 8 on a monthly basis. Likely going to go on and form bar number 9 at a higher high, and maybe even the bar following bar number 9. The weekly time frame, we are in bar number 8 right now. Again, you take a look at silver. We haven't been below a prior week's low out there. Do you really want to sell? I'm not trying to talk you out of it. What I am trying to do is share with you what's going on inside the charts out here. The daily time frame yesterday was a Rhodes Momentum Indicator top. That's going to be negated today with a close above 48.61. So look, the rally that we are seeing in metals and miners out there has to do with war, primarily war, and another war, the sovereign debt crisis. Money is flowing here. Not sure that this is where you necessarily want to sell. I believe this could run much, much higher. This has nothing to do with the U.S. dollar index out there. This has to do with all geopolitical stuff. If I had my black background charts out there, you can do this. You go back to 2 years ago to yesterday, October 7th, and see what the price of gold was trading at. And it's just been a rocket ship after that. So, the Middle Eastern war stuff, the way that gold is trading right now is, I know they're talking about peace in Gaza, but that is certainly not how metals are trading out there. Like, that is going to happen. If they do, that's going to be the first significant geopolitical element that could impact the price of gold and silver. You could see a fairly decent move to the downside. I say you could because we still got this stuff going on in Ukraine, and so that's obviously a war that's going to expand. I mean, if it continues to move forward, likely going to expand out there. Well, that's going to be good for gold and mining equities as well out there. And then you've got the sovereign debt crisis. I don't know if any of you keep track of the newspapers going on overseas out there, but if you did and you were looking at the papers in France, in the UK, you'd see they got all kinds of problems going on out there. So that's my take with regard to silver. That's my take with regard to Pan American Silver. With regard to the XAU out there. So hopefully that helps you out, doesn't confuse you. But if I do confuse you, then there's even more investigative work for you to do out there. So let's go take a look at the rig. This is for Peak G inside the Tiger's Den. Stevie's just got to figure out where he put it. Looks like I might be able to do that as we are now entering this break time period. So we come back from this break. We will take a look at rig. I think they are this set of charts right here. Yes, they are. And rig right now is consolidating with inside its daily profile. That's between 321 and 353. Trading up profile resistance on the weekly time frame, and you've got profile resistance on the monthly time frame at 363. We'll be back to finish looking at the charts for RIG.
If you spend any time online researching trading techniques on how to begin your trading journey, you've no doubt come across many folks who push Forex trading as a way to make big money quickly. Unfortunately, there are equally as many stories of these so-called Forex professionals just looking to make a quick buck off aspiring traders without actually teaching the ins and outs of the Forex market. This is what sets Teddy Keckstack's The Tiger Forex Report off the riffraff. Every Monday, former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member and author Teddy Keckstack releases his Tiger Forex Report newsletter, where he dives into the complex world of Forex and takes time to actually teach you his methods that have made him so successful in the fast-paced and rewarding world of Forex trading. Furthermore, all subscribers receive access to archived live streams of Teddy's, where he provides university-level education to help you in Forex trading. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So what are you waiting for? Forex awaits.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento. A pro's pro with over 50 years of experience, Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
For traders who crave risk, Direxion's daily leveraged and inverse ETFs provide opportunities to magnify short-term perspectives with up to 3 times a daily leverage, utilize bull and bear funds from both sides of the trade, and trade through rapidly changing markets. These are highly leveraged ETFs with daily resetting designed for short-term trading, not long-term investing. Whether you're a bull or a bear, you choose the Direxion. For up-to-date pricing and performance, go to Direxion.com. Investing in the fund involves significant risk and should only be utilized by investors who understand the impact of leverage and actively monitor their portfolio. They are not designed to track the underlying index or security for more than a day. Before investing, carefully consider a fund's investment objective, risk, charges, and expenses contained in the prospectus available at Direxion.com. Read carefully. Distributor Foresight Fund Services, LLC.
This program is brought to you by Vista Gold, traded on the NYSE American and TSX under the symbol VGZ.
Welcome back, folks. So we're taking the ticker symbol RIG out here. You've got a nice monthly TD9 count bottom that went ahead and completed in April of 2025 out here, and that's led to this consolidation with inside its monthly profile. It's already been tested once. The top of that profile, 363, we know that's resistance. That's where it's likely headed to. As we take a look at the weekly time frame chart, again, price above profile, resistance out here. There is an A to B equals CD pattern. This may have completed a sell the D point top out there. I just want to take a look at that. So let's move that. Did that complete it? It did not really complete that pattern. So no, that's not completed out there. That price projection will be 392, at least with regard to where that 1-to-1 price projection is. So this should, the weekly says it should rally. And the daily, which has a Rhodes Momentum Indicator top out there, and the swing point that formed that was back on the trading day of September 23rd. And the volume there peak was 56 million shares. Yesterday, we closed inside it with 45 million shares. We tested it the day before with 55 million shares, but we rejected it. That said, we likely would be back up there. Today, so far, we are at 17 million shares. So you got 34, 40, about 50 million shares. You're moving into that with similar, a little bit lighter volume, but similar type volume out there. I don't see anything bearish. The question, what this needs to do is clear that 353 level. If it does that, you get back up towards its high at the 381 area. So I hope that helps you out, Pete, both with regard to the daily, weekly, and monthly time frame for ticker symbol RIG. Let's go take a look at the bull. And that ain't no bull. BULL is a ticker symbol out here. Trading out right now at 1192. This has got it's trading below profile support on its daily time frame and its red oscillator and change line. I would say this is making a beeline for its breakout level on its daily time frame, which is $10.54. On the weekly time frame, not a lot of data out here. I don't know if this is an IPO that takes us back into the May time frame or if I've got a data feed issue. But right now, let's go with the data that is here. This suggests that price is pulling back into a buy zone between 1099 and 1081. So, no, that couldn't be it. and 1181. So 1099. You close below 1099, you'll get to that 1054 level. So the daily is also triggered wave number 7. That's letter G. So Nitram, if you get a higher low, you'll confirm a daily bottom there with the weekly being inside his buy zone out there. The monthly's of no use to us. And that could then be signaling that price would rally up towards the 1334 level out there. Nitram, let's go take a look at Microsoft. Its chart should be a little bit easier to read. MSFT is the ticker symbol. Microsoft trading out at 524.78. Daily time frame, there's an A to B equals CD pattern to the upside. The B point had volume of 52 million shares. It was taken out with 21 million shares. It was taken out with 22 million shares. So light volume. Nonetheless, you've got an A to B equals CD pattern on the upside. That initial daily price projection would get us to approximately, and I say approximately because I'm using, this tool doesn't give me the ability to easily use the exact numbers out there, but the 1-to-1 takes us not too much farther from where we're at, gets us up towards a 531.90 area, but you would need a bearish reversal candle to confirm a sell the D point. On a weekly time frame, it's a consolidation with inside its boulder structured profile. As long as price can remain above that green oscillator and change line, it increased the odds of move to 538.86. You've got a Rhodes momentum indicator top on the monthly time frame. Price pulls back and finds support at its buy zone. The monthly buy zone for Microsoft, 471.19 to 492.25 out there. Your resistance level, it would be two of them. Profile resistance 534.38 and real resistance, they're both real resistance of the pattern, the Rhodes momentum indicator top would need a clear 555.45 out there. So on a daily time frame, looks to me like it wants to rally further. The weekly says the same. Maybe it's going to rally up towards that 538.86 level, but remember 534.38 is that monthly profile resistance level. That's what we see when we take a Microsoft Nitram. You also wanted to take a look at TSHA. As we take a look at TSHA, this is trading out at $4.95. You like the fact that it's trading above 406. Why is that, Stevie? Because 406 is the monthly TD9 count breakdown resistance level. The weekly time frame negated a TD9 count top last week, so that suggests that it wants to move higher. There is an A to B equals CD pattern out there. I'm not going to draw it in because it's achieved at least the 1-to-1 price projection area. If this were to generate a bearish reversal candle for its weekly time frame, that would generate a top. On a daily time frame, TSHA completed a TD9 count top on October the 3rd out there. What that has led to is really just a 2-day pullback out there, and now we are rallying. Price is trading with inside its profile. It has support at 375, resistance at 516. Likely that is where price is going to target. Price is trading into its swing point, daily swing point from October 3rd, 18 million shares that day. So far, this has done 1.7. So you're trading higher with lighter volume, but this still may make a run for that 516 number out there. Again, weekly looks good, monthly looks good, daily's the only one, and the daily, in order for that to get on board with the weekly and the monthly, is close above 540, the high of its TD9 count top. So Nitram, that was a triple out there, a triple header. Hey, the Tigers are playing at 4 o'clock today. How about those Yankees? That was a good game. If you like an offensive game, which I do. You like to see those home runs and just in any event out there. So we got both games are playing. I think they're both today, right? Both the Yankees tonight and the Tigers later this afternoon is my recollection out there. Let's go on to our next request. Take a look at BFRG. BFRG is trading out at, I don't know. Going to take a moment here for this to populate. We'll go back to baseball. So what do we see here? Wow, one heck of a day on this thing. So we take a look at what was the question? Where's the price target? Okay, so the daily time frame, gigantic, ginormous, A to B equals CD pattern on the upside. So where's this headed to next? The daily time frame, the first swing point it's dealing with was back on June 12th, 332,000 shares. The high there, 198. We're trading basically into that right now with 757,000 shares. No problem there. Your next swing point takes you back to with 13 million shares, April the 11th. That high is at 220 out there. And again, you're at 771. So I think that's your next resistance point, Dan, is going to be the high from April the 11th out there. Not that that's going to stop where price is headed to. You're trading above profile resistance for the weekly. It's also in change line. You're trading above You've got a nice TD9 count bottom for the monthly time frame. Looks to me like this wants to go target 296. That's the bottom of that monthly profile out there. So you've got resistance on those daily swing points, and right now that resistance level is going to be established from the April 11th high out there, and that's its next price target, $2.20. But nice trade for you on BFRG. That thing is moving nicely. It's had one heck of a nice month out there. Mohammed wants to take a look at ticker symbol CHD. Let's get that chart fired up on our screen out here. CHD is trading out at about $88.97. I don't see a daily topping pattern. Price is pulling back, but that's after a 2-day rally. Maybe you're going to get a 1 to 2 day pullback out there. Price target of support to the downside would be 87.89. That's the top of its daily profile. The weekly found resistance at the bottom of its new profile that formed this week. That's at 89.66, as well as its oscillator and change line. So, Mohammed, the key level that you want to see price close above is going to be that weekly oscillator and change line at 90.22. That gets you back inside its profile, and then you'll be ready for the next battle at 91.95, followed by 95.39 out there. The monthly time frame chart does not have a bottom pattern. Steve Rhodes with TFNN. We'll be right back.
Many trading newsletters attempt to focus on a narrow set of equities or commodities. While this works for some, it oftentimes misses many opportunities that possess huge gain potential. But how is an independent trader supposed to scan the entire market looking for these hidden opportunities? One simple answer: the opening call newsletter. Basil Chapman, developer of the Chapman Wave trading methodology, has been trading the markets for longer than most trading influencers have been alive. And over that time, he has honed his methodology in order to accurately call movements in a wide range of equities, from semiconductors to uranium to key indices and so much more. Basil is old school, taking the time to educate the trader while also giving his insights into key indices, selective stocks, and more. Opening call subscribers also receive access to dozens of educational live streams that can be accessed at any time for your edification. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So ignore the pop trading influencers and start learning time-tested technical analysis.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento. A pro's pro with over 50 years of experience, Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
Are you ready to take charge of your financial future? TFNN is your gateway to the world of trading and investing. Whether you're starting out or scaling up, TFNN empowers traders and investors of all skill levels with top-notch investing systems, strategies, and techniques. It's time to protect and grow your money with insight you can trust. Join us live Monday through Friday during market hours for exclusive content that moves with the markets. At TFNN, we bring the trading floor to you. Our seasoned hosts are here to answer your calls and questions live on the air. Check out the Tiger's Den for just $1 and follow us on YouTube and become part of our vibrant community. And remember, at TFNN, we're so confident in the value we provide that we offer a 30-day money-back guarantee on all new premium newsletter subscriptions and services. You have absolutely nothing to risk, so why wait? Tune in live to Tiger TV and transform your trading journey, because when you know better, you invest better. Join us and experience the difference today. TFNN, educating investors.
Let's take a look at BCRX. This is for Mohammed. Mohammed, you got a TD9 count bottom pattern that went ahead and completed yesterday for the daily time frame. Right now, what price is doing is taking on resistance. That is its oscillator and change line. That's really kind of held out there. So if price can close above it today, it being 720, that would be your first positive. If that unfolds, then what price should do is rally up towards the bottom of its profile, 770, or the TD9 count breakdown level. That's at 789. Now, that's what the daily time frame chart shows us. The weekly is trading in an A to B equals CD pattern to the downside. It has not been confirmed by volume, but that does not mean that it will not head lower. Its price target is really its breakout level at $6.17. So that says it wants lower price out there. Watch that daily time frame, especially if it does not clear that red oscillator and change line. And the monthly time frame chart, price is testing profile support. Profile support for the monthly time frame is $7.08. So I hope that helps you out, Mohammed. Thanks so much for writing in. ELO wants to take a look at REPL. Let's pull that ticker symbol up on our screen. REPL is trading out right now at $13.80. Likely going to find resistance at $14.23, the top of its monthly profile. The weekly chart looks bullish and says its resistance level is $14.34. So we have $14.23, $14.34. The daily is in breakout mode. And what I mean by that is trading above all resistance out here. It's trading above the profile. It's trading above its green oscillator and change line. It's taking out a Rhodes momentum indicator top out here. So the daily says I want to move higher. This is CLF that, whoa, this is Cliffs. This is not the REPL. Sorry about that. Well, that was Cliffs Natural Resources out there that we were doing. Where did I put that other one? Or did I do it already? Nope. Here is REPL. So REPL, what you want to see take place on this ELO is you'd like to see its TD9 count top get negated. In order to do that, you need a close above $4.81. If you get that, you're likely going to go target 615. The weekly time frame chart shows you right at resistance. Resistance being its oscillator and change line, 492. You want to be able to clear that. And the monthly time frame, you want to get above 493. Folks, have a wonderful Wednesday. Have a terrific Thursday, a fabulous Friday, a wonderful weekend, and I look forward to seeing you back here on Magnificent Monday. Take care and be safe out there.